Welcome back, everybody. My name is Eltimar, and we are going to be continuing our Let's Play of Planescape Torment. Where we left off last time, we finished most of the brothel stuff, aside from the stuff that we have to do in the Civic Festhall. We're going to head in there right now, actually. So, there are many people to talk to here, so Splinter is going to be the first one. This towering man's golden skin sparkles slightly, almost as if it were metallic. Whether it's its actual flesh or merely painted on, you cannot tell. He regards you coolly as you approach, giving you a respectful bow as you draw near. Welcome to the Civic Festhall, traveler. We are Splinter, doorman to the Festhall and priest king of How may we help you? Despite his humble offering of aid, his voice is powerful and commanding, a deep and rumbling sound that resonates throughout the chamber. How can you help me? We do many things in this fine hall, traveler. We answer questions guests might have regarding it or its inhabitants. We direct both visitors and members of the Society of Sensation alike to the sensoriums, or lecture halls. We also accept new members into the Society. Lastly, it is through us that purchases from the Society's vaults are made, spells, items, and such. How can I buy something from the vaults? You must be a member of the Society of Sensation. Might I become a member then? In order to join the Society of Sensation, one must be willing and prepared to share of their own experiences. 5 are required, 1 from each of the senses. Alternatively, one may contribute a single experience that has strong elements from all 5 senses. These must be either new sensations or improvements upon our current stock. Should we find them acceptable, they will be placed into sensory stones, and you, having become a sensate, will be taught the sensory touch. It will allow you to draw others' wounds onto yourself, healing them by accepting their suffering. I am already a member of the Dustmen, but they will not forgive you. There shall be no going back. I'm ready to join the Society of Sensation. I feel no loyalty to the Dustmen at all. First, what smell or experience involving it would you offer us? Actually, I would like to contribute one experience that involves all 5 senses. I woke up, not knowing where I was, on a cold, blood-slicked iron slab in the bowels of the mortuary, a place where only the dustmen or corpses in their care have seen. Splinter nods. Go on. My entire body reeked of embalming fluid, but even the smell of that was not enough to match the coppery scent of gore around me. Dozens of bodies lie on countless bloody slabs like the one I rose from, all in the process of being gutted, flayed, and the like by nightmarish clockwork devices for reasons unknown. The only sounds were the squeals of labored metal and the unsteady tread of undead workers as they pushed the slabs about the mortuary on rusted iron tracks. He nods, a disturbing experience, and I even left out the part where the chattering skull that flew at me as soon as I was upright. Will it suffice, Splinter? Yes, we shall go to an empty stone now to record your experience. You will then be granted access to those privileges allowed only to the members of the Society of Sensation, as well as taught the sensory touch. We're gonna go do that. Thanks. Now I have a question. I want to go buy some things now. I want to buy... Why isn't... There's no store option. Well, that's really disappointing. Okay. Tell me about the Festhall. The Civic Festhall is one of the largest buildings in Sigil, fitting as it is home to the Society of Sensation. That is a tongue twister. The city's largest faction. It holds the sensoriums, lecture halls, training chambers, and such for visitors and members of the Society alike. Tell me about the Society. The core of a Sensate's belief is that the multiverse can only be truly known through the senses. If one cannot see it, then a thing isn't. Only through experiencing it all, or experiencing all the sensations to be had, can the full truth of the multiverse be revealed. The Society of Sensation, then, is where the experiences gather and are shared with others, usually via the sensoriums. I want to buy things. Let me buy things, damn it. I wanted to ask you about... Oh. What the? I didn't ask him a question. Oh, I wanted to ask about you. Oh, okay. Fine. There is little to say that we have not told you. We are the Splinter, doorman to the Festhall, demigod son of Issahar, and priest king of Planeswalkers come to our world and told us of the Society of Sensation. We were fascinated and returned with them. We left in capable hands of our queen so that we might come to this place and experience servitude and humility for a time. As time does not pass here as it does in the century we have spent here will be a mere 7 months. several months in our world. After another decade or so, we imagine, we shall be ready to return to Ur and rule it once more. Cool beans. There was someone I was looking for here. There's a couple people, actually. We need to see Mistress Joeli. Joeli has taken to waiting about in this very chamber of late. We think she is looking or waiting for somebody. In any case, she should be nearby. Nothing. Let's just see if we can get to the store now. I had some questions. Nope. Let's try that one more time. How can you help me? Can you know? I want to buy something. There we go. That's what I wanted to do. The Power Word Blind. It's a pretty cool spell, but it's not great. Will you buy all my junk? That would be useful. I was hoping the Sensorium would be a little bit better, but I'm going to go with no. I don't really... Blur is a good spell. Maybe I'll grab Blur. I don't have that one yet. I have friends. Alright, let's talk to Joeli. She's right here. This stern-looking older woman seems to be looking for someone. Her eyes fixed on your face as you approach her. You there. Might I have a word with you? Yes, you're Joeli, correct? I spoke to your messenger. I am pleased to meet you then. She gives a slight bow. I would make you a somewhat unusual proposal, though you must admit you are an unusual man. I will give you 1,000 copper comments for your permission to kill you. Are you open to discussion on the matter? Sure, why not? After a short discussion, it comes down to the following terms. Joeli will pay you 2,000 copper comments. In return, you will allow her to drive a dagger into your heart. She will wait for you to awaken, at which point she will give you the coin. Do I agree to this? Maybe? I mean, there's no real reason not to, I guess. It is kind of odd. Why not? Let's do it. The affair is over in moments. She's already cleaned her blade and put it away by the time you've recovered. After picking yourself up off the Festhall floor, Joeli hands you several rolls of copper coins while you rub your aching chest. Somewhat disappointing, I must admit. Oh well, coin well spent, nonetheless. Farewell.
Updated my journal.
Yes, farewell indeed. Now we are fairly loaded. We have 18,900
Done.
coins. We are going to go talk to Mertwin the Headless. He's the one we're looking for. It is clear there's something very wrong with this man. The way he lurches about, bumping into things, staring off blankly into space. As you approach him, you at last realize that his plight is he's headless. The thing on his shoulders is merely a skillfully carved wooden prosthesis, a false head. This must be Mertwin's body. Mertwin's voice suddenly echoes from within the steel box. Oh, there it is. That's my body. Say there, old chum. Over here. The body shuffles towards you, reaching out towards the steel box containing Mertwin's head. I'm going to allow the body to take the head. Much better. I thank you, good sir. I imagine my body here was getting a bit restless without me. The body hugs the steel box tightly. Yes, I missed you too. The body tucks the case under its arm and bows to you. As for you, good sir, you certainly deserve some kind of reward for your trouble. Let's see what I've got now. The body fumbles about in his pockets. After finding nothing there in his tunic, finally presents you with several handfuls of copper coins. Thank you. I don't really need to know anything from you, actually. Oh, we gained a level. Look at that. Some hit points, some spell memorization. Let's take a quick look at his spell list. Not you, him. Oh, all of his level 1 spells are gone for some reason. That's weird. And he has no level 3 spells. We'll need to help him out with that eventually. Alrighty, who else do... Oh, Montague! Whoa, easy there, cowboy. You have a letter I have to give you. The handsome young man seems lost in thought, his brow furrowed and a slight frown upon his lips. Greetings. And to thee, sir, hail. What's thou, which of me? Are you Montague? I need to speak with you about Juliet. Oh, he gives you a puzzled, slightly suspicious look. I overheard her speaking at the brothel. She's having an affair, you know. Thou speak falsely. I would have thee present me proof before I took thy claim as true. We also found these letters. Here, read them. He takes the letters and reads them over. Alas, 'tis true, she has found another who loves her passionately. My voice is dying. Oh, that was not good. Loves her passionately. Heartache is a sensate's fate, I think. I shall move on to another love, and let this other suitor have her, considering the passion of his words. Wait, this was all a ruse, eh? What is it thou speak of? She's trying to trick you into being more passionate, and why did she not simply say something? I don't think it really occurred to her. Apparently not. So what should be done? Turnabout is fair play. I say ignore the chit, act distant and unconcerned. That'll spice things up considerably. Truly. Trust me, kid, start ignoring her, create some friction, leave them wondering, and they'll be clawing all over to discover what the matter is, right, Chief? Yes, she'll think something's wrong, and for once, he'll be playing the game rather than being the target. Ah, I like the sound of that very much. Good luck, I hope it works out. Very well. And a farewell to thee as well, sir. Now, I have some things to attend to. Should we meet again, we might speak of more of the matter. Montague bows and turns to go. So that's technically Romeo. Romeo Montague, obviously. Whereas Juliet was a Capulet, for those of you unfamiliar with Shakespeare. Sensates, no one to talk to there. There are a few things I don't remember in this place. Actually, there's a lot I don't remember in this place, but we'll figure it all out. I thought there was... maybe he's in this room.
I'm gone.
No, wait. Jumble Murder Sense, he's next. This short, balding man's orange tunic and rather sizable gut give him the look of a walking pumpkin. He is absent-mindedly patting his large paunch with a slow rhythm, as if it were a drum. The man's odd, crooked smile and strange gleam in his eyes make him seem a bit mad. Greetings! The man gives you an exaggerated, flourished bow and presents a small card which reads only Jumble Murder Sense, Zausictect, Sorcerer, and Extraordinaire. He then snatches the card away from your grasp and proceeds to eat it, grinning wildly all the while. Mort whispers, somewhere an asylum is one barmy short. You're the man who cursed Reekwind, aren't you? Jumble pulls an innocent face and shrugs, as if to say, I don't know. He then covers his mouth with his hand and giggles like a giddy schoolgirl. I'd like you to remove his curse. Jumble pretends not to hear you, instead belching loudly and resuming his belly drumming, his eyes wandering around the Festhall. Remove his curse, Jumble, before I'm first to hurt you. And Jumble raises one eyebrow and takes a step back. He opens his mouth abruptly. Though his lips or throat don't move to shape any words or sound, a torrent of incomprehensible babbling begins to pour forth. What the? Jumble shuts his mouth and the babbling ceases. He peers at you through narrowed eyes, a self-satisfied smile on his pudgy face. Suddenly you hiccup, and hiccup, and hiccup again. Jumble Murdersense merely turns his head and waves you away. Uh-oh. Looks like you just got a curse thrown down on you, Chief. What have you done to me, Jumble? Jumble ignores me entirely. Better find someone that can help me with this curse. Alright, we need to go outside. Really quickly. There is someone that can help us.
I'm gone. Alright.
This is super duper annoying. Alright, we gotta go talk to Onyx. You see Salabash the Onyx. He makes a brief but graceful half bow. Again you stand before me. Yes, I had some questions. You're a master of curses. Perhaps you could help me? Help you? Salabash sneers. Doubtful. Before you can respond, he sighs, shaking his head. Well, perhaps I could. What troubles you then? Jumble Murdersense, curse me. Jumble Murdersense, ha! That sputtering mooncalf could never best me. Oh, the battles we used to have, though. Salabash frowns. But I'm past that now. No longer my sort of thing, you see. I really don't know what I could do for you, after all. It is his curse, not the sort you'd find on an item or some such. You know that you could remove it with simple magics. He'll have to remove it, and willingly. Well, could you teach me a curse that I could use on him? Well, I don't normally do that. I keep my curses to myself, you know, and besides, even a single curse would take one a long, long while to learn. More time than I'd care to spend on it. Perhaps you're just worried your curses aren't good enough to best him anymore. You what? Of all the ridiculous... Now look here, you knuckle-dragging sack of scars. Salabash the Onyx is the master of curses, and there is no other. Why? I could give you but a single phrase that would render the nincompoop's cursing wholly impotent. Teach it to me then. No, I simply no desire to do it. Salabash looks directly into your eyes. Now kindly drop the subject, Sirrah, before you begin to annoy me. Purse your lips and look skeptical. That's it, you've made me do it. Salabash utters a short string of impossible syllables, words of power, which you note mentally for later's use against Jumble. There, see what that does to him. And then tell me Salabash the Onyx isn't the master of curses then.
My journal.
So all I had to do is be silent and not taunt him anymore instead. God damn, that hiccup is annoying though. It stops me from moving.
Done.
Keep moving.
I'm gone. Done.
Oh, the door's closed.
Done.
Ha.
Alright.
Alright, fat guy, where are you? You stupid cursor. Where did he go?
Done.
He's in this room somewhere. There he is. No, it's Merriman. We do need to speak with him too, but not yet.
Done.
We need this other guy first.
Alright.
Where did he go? Is he in one of these rooms, maybe?
Alright.
No, that's somebody for later as well.
Alright.
Is he in this room? No, that's another guy for later. Okay,
All right.
you go find him.
Might as well. Might as well.
I'm not gonna bring my main character around in his annoyance.
Might as well.
That's Merriman
Might as
again.
well. Might as well.
I hate this guy. Gotta find him now. He's not down there, I'm pretty sure. Oh, there he is. For some reason he's over here. Jumble frowns at your appearance, biting his thumb in your direction and waving you away. Throw the curse Salabash taught you at him. Jumble stares at you with a somewhat skeptical expression as you speak the arcane syllables of Salabash's curse. After a moment of awkward silence, the Zausek mage notes that nothing seems to have happened, and an evil grin spreads across his face. He opens his mouth to retaliate with another curse of his own, only to realize he has no voice. Salabash's curse has removed Jumble's ability to speak, thereby destroying the Zausek's ability to curse others. He clutches his throat, panic welling up in his eyes. Looks like the tables are turned, Jumble. What do you think will happen when anyone, hiccup, you've ever cursed finds out you can't speak or curse anymore? Jumble drops to his knees, a pleading expression in his eyes. He looks ready to burst into tears. Will you, hiccup, remove the curse you placed on me and swear never to curse another who didn't mean you harm? Jumble places his hands over his heart and nods. Very well, I'll remove the curse then. Jumble sighs with relief as you remove Salabash's curse from him. He in turn removes your own, and your hiccups finally stop. He then bows humbly and casts his eyes to the floor. I'd like you to take your curse off Reekwind as well. Jumble nods, pouting, and with a wave of his hand removes Reekwind's curse. Thank you. Little bit of a thing we had to do to solve that problem. Now we gotta find Merryweather. Merrywind? Whatever his name is. Merry something. Merriman. As you'll recall, he is the one that holds the keys to Delora's heart. This man looks like a bitter, cantankerous old codger. His mouth is twisted into a frown that becomes even more severe as he notices you coming this way. Merriman, my name be, but merry I am not. Off with you, young one. No time for the likes of you. He goes into a fit of coughing from the exertion of shooing you away so loudly. Wait, Delora wanted me to speak with you. Merriman eyes you suspiciously. Is that so? About what, eh? Well, she says that you're her first love, and so long as you hold the keys to her heart, she'll never be free to love another. She told you that, eh? I'm surprised. Perhaps leaving her under Mistress Grace's tutelage did what I couldn't. Started to develop her feelings. In any case, he pats a pocket on his tunic. I won't just give the keys to you. Wait, those are literally the keys to her heart? He nods. That they are. Delora's a construct, didn't you know? A creature of sorcery and clockwork mechanics she is, and one of my finest creations, Merriman sighs, but cold, without emotion or character. I brought her to the brothel and set her so that she could not leave, in the hopes that the constant contact with so many others would begin to develop her own personality. The keys are the tools used to set her. She wants them because she feels that they're limiting her personal growth now, I suspect. Then why don't you just return them to her? Merriman scowls. Because I've become a cruel and bitter old man who sees he can get something out of you. Go on, what do you want? I want to forget. I've lived almost 150 years now. I've seen every sensory stone I've cared to in this grand hall. I've little time left to live, and I'm too weak to go out in search of wholly new experiences, so I need to find a way to forget them all. That way I can start again in my final days. So do I just wallop you in the back of the head, or what? No, you bloodthirsty lummox. I need something, some item, some concoction that will allow me to forget, like a draught of the river Styx, something like that. Okay, I will return if I find something. We'll be going to do that eventually. That is something we have to go do in a different area. So we'll do that in a little bit.
Done.
Alright, so let's go talk to somebody new. Not Merriman.
I'm gone.
Let's go talk to this guy. Death's Advocate, I think, is in this room, or that room. He's in one of the rooms anyways. This guy. Death's Advocate. Sigillians, welcome. Please take your seats and listen to the darks of which I speak. Darks, give me a break. We're really not going to listen to this rattle trap, are we? Come on, let's go find some sensate chits that have never had the pleasure sensation of tasting the fiery passion of a skull's lips. He waggles eyebrows in anticipation. Quiet down, Mort. We're staying for a while at least. He begins speaking with a somber tone. Death. It is what awaits you at the end of life's journey. He coughs slightly, then raises his eyebrows dramatically, waving his hands at the same time. Death is not an end, but a beginning. Beginning of more suffering. Nod to Mort quietly. For when you die, you shall not cease to exist. No, far from it. The outer planes shall welcome you to their breasts. There, a new life, one such as you have never known, awaits you there. That's for sure. I'm going to nod quietly. You shall cast away the tattered cloak of this life and become one of the faithful, a petitioner. As a petitioner on this outer plane, your life's journey shall truly begin. If you have been a goodly sort of gentleman, steadfast in charity and goodwill towards your fellow bloods, perhaps the light-blanketed slopes of Mount Celestia shall house you when you die. Your spirit shall pass on to this place, dwelling as a petitioner in the beauty of golden mornings, soft sunlight that caresses. He sighs dreamily, and eternal boredom. Nod to him again. Perhaps you have lived your life to betray others and get ahead, giving lies instead of truths, backstabbing others, all to accomplish your own goals. Cold, blood-red carcery, the plane where all turncoats fell when they pass on, shall be the cage that imprisons you. As a petitioner on this plane, you shall live a life of treachery and treacheries, of lies and lying, knowing a life without trust. Looks like we both know where we're going when we die. I'm gonna nod again. He hunches over. His eyes dart back and forth, and perhaps you have lived a life of bloodthirsty evil, contemptuous of your fellow man, laying others low and doing as you please without a care for who or what you hurt. Then it is perhaps one of the lower planes, Bator, or the chaotic swirling layers of the abyss that shall welcome you. Evil to the core are the spirits that come to this plane, and most are doomed to mindless cruelty and suffering or servitude in the dreaded, he whispers dramatically, blood war. And that's if you're lucky. Nod to Mort again. No matter where you go, know this, you shall be embarking on a new life, my Sigillians. And that's supposed to be an incentive. We get to do this all over again. Gee, I can't wait to be a floating skull all over again. Wee, Pykem, what a tard. Spoken like someone who hasn't died before, eh? Nod to Mort. You shall be able to start anew without the burden of memory or your past life. Your sole goal, if you will, he smiles at his own humor, is to merge with this new plane that you are on, becoming one with the ideals and the very substance of the plane itself. You shall be one of the inhabitants, the petitioners on this plane, or ideally one of the building blocks upon which the plane is built. It is the goal of all petitioners to accomplish this goal. You, he claps his hands together for emphasis, must hold to your ideals. Oh, this one is a big steaming load. I'm going to nod again. I'm going to take a drink of water too. Your ideals, good or evil, law or chaos, or somewhere in between, as you approach the alignment of the plane itself. Your journey will end as soon as you become part of the plane itself. 'Tis a glorious existence, my Sigillians. And that is what awaits you after death, my audience. Have a care to how you live your life, but know that it is not oblivion that waits you after this life. Mort says, what a wash. The speaker's head turns to face Mort, frowning slightly. He leans out, trying to see who spoke. A question? A question from one of the living, perhaps. Mort ducks behind the lecturer's field of view, then turns to you and whispers, go ahead, Chief, tell him the dark of it. Yes, I have a question. Prove what you say is true. Eh? The lecturer looks taken aback. And how might I do that? Die here, now. The audience becomes silent, feeling the pressure. The speaker swallows slightly. Well now, he smirks suddenly. If you go first, I shall do so. I agree. Very well, the speaker's face is stoned for a moment, then it brightens. Come up on stage, my friend. He turns to the audience, smiling. A rare treat, Sigillians. Today, and today only, we shall have a live demonstration of how to become a petitioner. Kill myself and then get back up. The speaker turns white at this, taking a step back. By the powers, your turn. Eh? The audience watches in morbid fascination. Well now, I'm gonna bluff and say kill yourself or I'll do it. No, he offers weakly. I must confess that I'm not quite ready to depart this life just yet. Make a motion to kill him, stopping just short of his neck. The speaker flinches, clasping his eyes shut and screeching. You hear a drizzling sound as he soils himself. So this great new life on the outer planes may not be all it's supposed to be. The speaker is aware of his hypocrisy, but is afraid of the alternative. Perhaps not, huh? He glances quickly at the audience. Oh well, certainly not now. That's what I thought. No more questions. I'm gonna get ready to leave. He looks eager to wrap things up, and then I shall end this session. I shall continue to lecture here at the hall, so tell your friends. Someone in the audience says, sure, so they can come see you mess your tunic again. The room fills with laughter.
Done.
Hypocrite.
Gone.
You don't get anything for doing that, it's just for funsies. So this goes to the second floor of the fest hall. We're not going to go there quite yet. There's one more person we need to talk to in this area of the fest hall. Is it this room? Like that? I think it's this room.
Done.
If I can recall correctly, I believe it's this room. Yes. So in here there's fighter oh, this is the thief training. Never mind. The fighter training is the one over, I think. You can get... Oh no, we didn't do something. Sorry, we did miss something. Now I remember.
I'm gone.
It's up in this room. It's not that chamber like I thought it was. It's this chamber. That's the one right there. Qui-Sai. We have to talk to him. Qui-Sai. This is a life-size granite statue of a gentleman standing with his arms at his sides, eyes closed. It is of excellent craftsmanship, exquisitely detailed, and incredibly lifelike. So much so that, in fact, that you find yourself wondering if it's a really statue at all. I touched the statue. You touch the statue to find that while the clothes that adorn it are gray cloth rather than rock, the skin is as cool and hard as granite. I'll strike the statue. As you make to strike the statue, its eyes flash open, and it catches your fist in an iron-hard grip. Narrowing its cold, gray eyes, it speaks to you with a voice like two boulders grinding together. Why would you strike Qui-Sai? Forgive me, I only meant to see if you are truly a statue. He nods slowly, frowning. You are forgiven. However, one feels you are lacking patience. Perhaps. I had some questions. The statue remains as silent as ever. Hello, my questions? There is still no response. We'll wait. No response. You get the sense that Qui-Sai might be testing your patience. Keep waiting. A few minutes pass and Qui-Sai has failed to respond. Wait quietly more. The statue's eyes open. He gazes at you with two cold gray eyes. He speaks ponderously with a voice like two boulders grinding together. Your patience is noted. Qui-Sai would speak with you now. Burke rolls his eyes and makes a gagging noise. Powers? No, not another Burke that talks like this. I have questions about you. Ask. What is it you were meditating upon when I first found you? Qui-Sai meditates on the way of the stone. The way of stone? A philosophy, a method of combat. With it, Qui-Sai seeks to achieve invulnerability. Invulnerability? You'll be unbeatable in combat. Yes, now. The way is not yet perfect. Qui-Sai will make it so one day. Qui-Sai knows this. Can you tell me what you've discovered so far? Qui-Sai nods. No one has asked Qui-Sai to share his knowledge of the way. Qui-Sai shall do this now. He begins to speak at length, slowly and carefully.
My journal.
We get an armor class bonus for doing that, actually. After hours of listening and many, many questions, you come to understand what little of Qui-Sai's way of stone he can teach you. In combat, you will use it to resist and deflect your enemy's blows, improving your armor class. Thank you, Qui-Sai. You can get him to teach you how to be a fighter, but we're not going to bother because we are a mage, and it is not our place to be a fighter. We are a caster of spells.
I'm gone.
There's nobody else to talk to on this floor, unfortunately, so we're going to move off to the next floor. There's only a few people to talk to on this floor as well.
Done.
So let's start with
I'm
desk
gone.
clerk. There she is. The attractive young woman smiles pleasantly. Greetings, sir. She closes her eye and flips through a large ledger, stopping at what seems to be a random page and opening her eyes once more. Ah, here's your room key. She hands you a small key. The easternmost chamber has been waiting some time for your return. Would you like to rest there now? Yes, that'd be nice. Apparently we had a room here. It's the eastmost chamber. Let's go find out what it's in
I'm
it.
gone.
This was our room, apparently. Let's see what we had around. A bunch of scrolls. Very nice. Unfortunately, we have most of them already, and we also have a full-up inventory like normal, so... Though a lot of these things aren't super useful anymore. We do have that to get Ignis, which is kind of important. We're not a Godsman anymore, so I really don't think we need most of these things, but actually... I don't think we need the tomb keys anymore either, but we'll put them all in our quick item slot just so they're out of the way. And what else? Scroll blur. Let's grab that. We'll give all the scrolls we already know to Mort.
I'm gone. All right.
And any of these we need. We got blindness. We got pacify. We already had friends. We already have identify. We have that. We have shield. We already have shield. Alright. Awesome. So that was our first thing. Second one. Stiletto, worthless. Needle and thread, kind of useful. Embalming fluid, kind of useful. A bunch of charms we can grab. Most of them could just join their companions. What's the bloody tree drop do? Permanent +1 constitution, but only useful by lawful good characters, which we of course are not, which is a little bit unfortunate. Who has all my finger bones? Did I sell them off? I think I sold them off. Alright, perfect. Good enough.
Done.
And what's in here? The door is locked, you say?
I'm gone.
There's more in here, though. I know there is. Like our... This is our room, right? Yeah, this is our room. My old chamber, yes. Okay. I thought...
If you keep
I'm
bobbing
gone.
about, Skull, I'm gonna mount you in the end of a pike.
Let's check this one more time. Nothing? Nothing, nothing. Maybe I have to open that lock. Thieving skills, wrong one.
Got it.
Ah, there we go, that's better. That's what I
Right.
was looking for. The dodecahedron and a scroll of fire and ice. Oh my god, George R. R. Martin's in this. It's a level 5 spell. Excellent. I think that's our first level 5 spell, actually. It is. Fire and ice. We still have no level 6 spells yet, but that's okay. But the dodecahedron is what we wanted. It's for a quest we'll be doing a little bit later on, so bear that in mind,
All right.
and we'll move on for now. Just a couple sensates
gone.
here, nothing important. Oops. No, I'm good.
Gone.
We're gonna go over to the next room over here. Can't remember who else we have to talk to in here.
I'm gone.
Unfulfilled desire, you say? The woman before you is incredibly attractive. There's some intangible aura about her that makes you want to speak to her. As you step up to her, she glances at you coyly, then gives you a knowing smile. Greetings. You want something, yes? She hisses the yes, drawing it out slowly, sensually from between your teeth. I can help you. Name your desire and I shall provide it. I love the Festhall. The woman ignores Mort, her eyes locked with yours. She smiles, awaiting your response. What do we want to do? I want my memories returned, all of them. She smiles. Much may be forgotten in a lifetime, much more in several lifetimes. I can help you. She studies your face closely. Explain to me the ways in which you want these memories. Speak to me your craving, and I shall speak to you of the price. I will describe that way. As you speak, her smile fades. As she leans forward attentively, her eyes ravaging your features as you speak. Her presence compels you to speak more than you normally would, and after a few moments, her eyes flutter closed as she gives a sharp intake of breath. Suddenly, the desire for your memories begins to wane. Your want slowly drains out of you, leaving you only a sense of cold emptiness in its wake. She opens her eyes again as you stop speaking. What is wrong, traveler? Do you no longer want your memories returned to you? No, I mean, yes, what have you done to me? She seems perplexed. Whatever do you mean? Despite her innocent demeanor, you're certain something unnatural has occurred. She has somehow siphoned off parts of your desire, or stolen it, away from some ghastly collection of wants, or perhaps to feed upon. Had you finished speaking your desire, you're certain it would have been lost to you forever. Come now, is there something else you want then? Tell me of it, I best not. Farewell, unfulfilled desire. She is creepy. But we do need her in a second, so... There are a few things we need to do. We need to go to the
All right.
sensoriums.
All right.
And then we are going to start doing the side quests in this area, because there's several. First up, Splinter. How can you help me? I need to go to a sensorium. There are two, the public sensorium, where visitors may use the sensory stones for anywhere between 10 and 50 commons, and the private sensorium, where only members of the Society of Sensation are allowed. You can reach neither of them yourself, we must take you there. We're going to go to the public sensorium. I think, yeah, let's go to the public one first, mostly just because there's a mage here that will sell some stuff. Some of these sensoriums are okay, but they're not really, even though they're lore heavy, but we can take a look if you guys want. This pedestal is an unusual greenish yellow stone. It's securely fastened to the pedestal that rests there, so nothing on that one. Light blue.
All right.
None of these are activating for us, which is fine. We don't actually need them. All right, let's just go find the mage in question. Where's Lady Thorn? Whatever her name is. She's one of the best mages in the game to buy spells from, I should
All
say.
right.
Ah, there she is. Lady Thorn, comb. This comely, middle-aged woman is wandering about dreamily, absent-mindedly chewing her thumbnail. Her eyes seem focused on nothing in particular. She is dressed in elegant yet disheveled finery, and her hair is slightly tousled. It's that weird ribbon dress slutty thing, again, that she's wearing. She takes her thumb from her mouth, smoothing back a strand of hair that has fallen in front of her eyes. I had some questions. About you. As you begin to ask your question, you realize she's not looking at you, let alone paying you any attention. Hello? I had a question? Very well. Ask what you wish. What's about this place? So she doesn't want to talk to us just yet. We need to tell her about that she doesn't... She's supposed to tell us that she doesn't want to be the mage teacher anymore. Alright. She won't tell us that. Let's go back and talk to, what's-his-face. We'll come back here in a moment. How do I get out of here? Oh, there it is. She's supposed to be a store as well.
Done.
Questions? What did you mean by future mage tutor? It's a prestigious position. To be an official tutor in the Festhall's training chambers, it is my intention to one day take possession of the mage's tutor, but the title is currently in the possession of Lady Thorncombe. If only I could somehow prove that I'd be superior tutor. Okay, we already knew that. We gotta go back and find Lady Thorncombe. Alright, take us back up there. Wrong one. That one. Alright.
Done.
Now we're back.
Alright. Done.
Maybe we have to go see what her thing was. No, reddish orange stone. Was it this one perhaps?
Alright.
Light blue stone, so neither of those.
Alright. Done.
Alright, Lady Thorncombe. This woman is still meandering about the sensorium, traveling from stone to stone. She looks over you as you approach, but does not seem to recognize you. She's not paying attention to us at all. Can't remember how to make her activate her thing. Let's talk to the guide. Greetings, are you here to use one of the sensory stones? Will one of these suit you? Unavoidable pain, let's try that. Good, the stone you shall want to use in one of the smaller chambers, the one room clockwise from the stairwell. It is the greenish yellow in color. Is that one?
Done.
Begin the sensation. The experience is short and violent. When struggling with another slightly stronger man on the edge of a blazing hot stream of molten lava, your weapon hand is slowly, inexorably forced ever closer to the magma. Beads of sweat evaporate the instant they appear. The hair on the back of your head and hand blackens and smolders from the awesome heat. Finally, your housed suffering echoing from the canyon walls around you, your hand and the axe it holds plunges into the lava and chars to ash in a few agonizing seconds. The experience seems to have stirred some long-forgotten, vaguely similar memory in your own mind. You feel as if you gained something from using the sensory stone.
Done.
And so begins our task of doing all the sensory stones. See if we get some experience from each one. Tender love will do. I didn't check what kind it was.
Alright.
I'm guessing it's this one though. I'm guessing they're in order. Your eyes are closed. You can sense yourself standing on the tips of your toes, pressed against someone tightly. Soft, soft lips brush against yours, giving you the most gentle of kisses. Your heart seems to flutter in your chest, and you feel as if you could fall backwards and simply float off into space. The experience seemed to have stirred some similar memory again. So, these are all worth... I'm not going to bring my whole group along. It's just kind of annoying. Let's just get my main character and do all of these. Mind-numbing tedium will do. Next.
Done.
The experience couldn't be more than a few minutes long, but hours seemed to pass. A long, boring lecture in the driest, dustiest hall in the University of Calm and Sigil. Chalm, maybe? You look about the vast hall, hoping to catch someone's eye to pull a face at, But the other students are either asleep or staring listlessly into space. You drop your quill pen, pick it up, and drop it again, just for something to do. You consider stabbing yourself in the eye with it, just to see if your senses haven't been wholly numbed by this incredible boredom. Another 70 or 750 experience. Let's just go through all of these. Sheer Wonders next. Can I just grab them all?
I'm gone.
I wonder if that means I can do both of them at the same time. Nope, I definitely have to do one at a time. That's kind of annoying. Alright. We're on Sheer Wonder now.
All right.
This greenish yellow stone is one that the cleric directed you towards. Within it lies the experience of sheer wonder. Hesitantly, you open your mouth and take a shallow breath. Water flows into your lungs like cool water. You smile and take a deep breath, gawking in all directions as you slowly sink to the bottom of the harbor, where hundreds of colorful fish weave through the twisting tracks of brilliant coral. As your feet touch bottom, you peer up the keel of your ship and laugh aloud with joy, a string of great bubbles shooting up towards the surface. That's actually a cool memory. It's like scuba diving, but without a mask. Consuming impatience is next.
All right.
Do you want to talk to me yet? Nope, guess not. Alright. Begin the sensation. As you stand debating with Amnes, the horribly slow keeper of the Lion Key, as to whether or not your quest is important enough for him to relinquish the artifact into your care. The whole experience is an exercise in sheer torment. Each and every one of his words is followed by a significant pause. Each and every point he makes is reiterated time and again before he lets you speak. You present an argument, then wait and wait and wait while he makes his counterpoint, to which you shoot at a snappy counterpoint of your own. Then you must wait yet again for another Amnes's drawling, meandering, and seemingly endless counterpoints. It's everything you can do not to simply lop the fiend's tusk head off and snatch the key from his twitching corpse. Grim.
All right. All right.
Tired surrender. That's not very good. Shuddering, chattering, hoping beyond hope to be found, you curl yourself into a blanket of snow to save what little warmth you have left. Fighting to keep your eyes open, to remain awake, you become aware that you can no longer feel your arms, your legs, the ice against your face, and tired, so tired. You at last resigned to the inevitable. You close your eyes, bidding sleep a bitter welcome, as a sense of loss forces a single tear doomed to crystallize before it even reaches your cheek from your aching eyes. That's a sad one. I don't like that one. Freezing to death sounds like a terrible thing. Supernatural lust is the next one. And possibly last one, although there are two more in here. You find yourself coupling with a succubus, a creature of such intense otherworldly beauty that even her fiend's horns and threshing tail give you no pause. She gasps under you. You desire her so completely that the whole of your existence seems to be focused towards this single goal. As your life explodes from you in a starry burst, basically he just, finished. You hear the delighted laughter of the succubus as she drains you dry, leaving your body but a soulless husk. Apparently I've been with a succubus before because I'm cool with that. I'd like another one. Oops. Actually, are there others? There are more. There's so many more. I think we're going to end the video here. We're at 45 minutes. It's been a long one, so we'll finish up these in the next video, and I'm going to try and figure out why this girl won't talk to us about her quest. So, like always, if you guys have any suggestions or comments, please leave them below. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next video.